Chasen, can you tell us how you booked your first paid acting job?
That would be The Secret Life of the American Teenager. That was when my dad was in the show. And Brenda Hampton, who created it, she asked my dad, "Do you have any kids? Like, do they act?" And he said, "Yes, my son acts." And she says, "Well, would he like to be on the show?" And he says, "Well, I mean, he'd like that, but I don't want you to just give him a part. I want you to see him." So she invited me to the table read, and I read for this part, Joe Hampton. Nice little last name there. And she liked me, and so she brought me on.
And so the casting was in LA or New York?
It was in Los Angeles. I didn't live in New York until after college.
Oh, okay. And you were, what, 16 when this
Yeah,
happened?
I think I was 16. I think it was near the end of my sophomore year.
So you were attending high school.
Mm-hmm.
And how did that work? I mean, it was, how many episodes were you in that you had to miss school or maybe didn't miss school?
I think I did like 12 episodes total, and that was over the course of a few years. He wasn't a recurring character. He'd pop up every now and again, like a little cameo, and I never had to shoot more than 1 or 2 days, so if I did miss a day of school, it would just be one day.
Okay. How did that feel to be paid as an actor? Because so many actors talk about they get to a point where they love doing the work, they don't mind doing free work, but after a while they really feel like it's time that I'm paid.
Well, it felt pretty good because I was still in high school, so I hadn't really been doing the whole audition grind or anything like that. I'd just been in school plays and local theater, and so I didn't know the feeling of doing 50 auditions without getting anything. And so it felt nice. It felt nice to be on a set. I thought it was educational to see what it's like and get a feeling for the air. It also made me realize that I had a hell of a lot of work to do, you know, because you really do have to be on your game when you're doing a professional set.
So what was that first day like? Like, what was your call time and what was
Pretty
that first
early.
day?
I think 6:30.
6:30? Okay. And do you remember how you felt like walking on set that day?
I felt good. I felt cautious. I was trying to see what this was because I loved film and TV so much, well, mostly film, and so I was on set and I thought, well, this is it. This is how you do it. You know, it's not just like a play where you just get to kind of do a lot of work by yourself and just work with people in a small space. I figured out very quickly that people are there just to do a job. Like, they know what they're going to do, and as an actor, you show up when a lot of the work has already been done, and you're given a call, and you just got to show up and deliver right then. And at least especially as a day player, maybe if you're a lead, you get a little bit more pre-production time, but as a day player, you just show up.
Right, so you had not attended Lambda yet, of course, because you were in high
No.
school. So then with the blocking, what was that like? I'm not too familiar with blocking, so can you tell me?
Blocking?
Mhm.
Yeah, well, it's just, there weren't a lot of complicated shots. It would just be standing in a hall talking to people in the school hall. So, you know, the cameras, they're trying to get a certain shot, and you got to be, and the cinematographer's already worked with the director to figure out the framing. So they have these marks on the ground, like this tape. And you got to find your mark for a certain line or a certain segment of the action. And you got to hit that mark while doing what you need to do, like whether you're delivering a line or performing an action, like a physical action. And you got to hit it, and but still make it spontaneous and have intention in that moment without making it look rehearsed.
So do you remember when it was your scene and they called action? Like, how much did you feel in the moment? How scary was it, or exhilarating?
It was exciting and a little scary.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I mean, it was a lot of fun to do. It was a fun show, and the people on there were really nice. I don't know if I was fully comfortable yet to be fully present. I tried, but I think it takes a lot to get out of your head and get into your body. It takes a lot of confidence.
Right. So were you cognizant of that at that time, that there was such a thing as being present as an actor, or I mean, at 16? Was that something you were aware of, or?
I was aware of it. I don't think I knew how it felt fully. It's hard to do, I think, because as a young actor, you see all these greats and you see the result of their performances, and you want so badly to have that result and be that great. And the funny thing is like when you try to make that result happen, that's usually what makes you tense and not in the moment.
Right. Right.
And so I think it takes a while for certain people to learn that you just gotta let go. And I mean, you gotta do your preparation in order to let go. You can't just walk up and improvise. You gotta really know what you're doing and the essence of your character and of yourself and the actions. But